Hello everyone. Um, I'm going to do a little story on a drug called ketamine, aka regretamine. Now, before I start, I'm going to say this: I do not condone drugs. I would not tell anyone to go and do drugs. Do not get involved with them. Do not take them. Problem is, you can take them. Once you take them, it's easy getting on them, but it's not easy getting off them. And it's not only that, they destroy lives and they destroy families. Right, so my first story on ketamine. When it first was around, well, it's been around since the 70s, I believe, but when I first come across it, it was around 2000. I hated the stuff. The state of people, I was like, what the hell, why would anyone want to look like that? Just look like zombies with white crap all over their nose, all over their hands, all up their face. Anyway, so, for regretamine, aka ketamine. I first come across it around 2002. This is the first time I tried it. By mistake, by the way. I was at a party at the Irish Club, which is on the London Road. It's not there no more. And then I went to a house party on West Wickham Road. When I got to the party at West Wickham Road, I was very drunk. I'd been at a party on London Road at the Irish Club, so I got there. Someone was handing out lines. I didn't think it was ketamine. I said yes, I'd have some. I'd done it, stupidly, and then I went into a K-hole. Now, while I was in this K-hole, this stuff made me feel really sick, very violently sick. I was being sick in the bucket every time I was throwing up. I was shrinking and falling into the bucket. That K-hole I was in. And then I was laying on the floor, and looked like 1,000 people around me dancing, like I was in a club, but I wasn't. I was in my mate's bedroom. But that was the hole that I was in. So that was the first time I come across it, and it really put me off. But say around 10 years later, I was in a relationship. I was going partying a lot. Used to go to the Roundabout pub, which is opposite the new bus station. Well, it used to be there. It's now, I don't know, even I think it's a Phoenix bar or something like that now. But anyway, so I used to go to this Roundabout all the time. I was involved with a lot of the free party lot. Used to go free partying. Like, ketamine was the number one drug. Everyone did it. If you were in the party scene, you did ketamine. It was no bit, everyone had it. It was the cheap drug as well. It was around £15, £10 a gram. Um, yeah, so I got really badly involved in it. Um, Luckily, I haven't touched any since 2014. That was the last time I'd done any. Um, so when I got really into it, I was living in a flat. I think I was living in Risborough at the time, on the high street above the hairdressers, and we used to sit in the garden in the evenings. So it was a Sunday evening, summertime, still like night, it was nice and warm, nice and light outside, and we were doing ketamine, and I done it, and then my K hole was I jumped when I was in the garden, and I kept going up, and I kept going up, and I kept going up, and I ended up I was in space, and I was floating around in space, and now while I was up there, I'm looking down at Earth, and I'm going, oh no, how am I going to get back down? Anyway, I then tried to get my phone out of my pocket to ring work to tell them I'm stuck in space, I can't make it in tomorrow. This is a true story. Everyone I tell, they crack up. Um, luckily for me, my work wasn't open on a Sunday. There was no one there, so no one could answer the phone. Um, another K hole I've been in was I was in my flat, in one of my flats. I think it was in Sands, and I'd done a load of ketamine, and all of a sudden I was in Africa, and I was surrounded by all these little African kids with AK-47s, and then bombs started going off around me, and there was just like all these kids were shooting at each other with these AKs, and I was in the middle of it all, trying to get out of it. And so in my head, I was in Africa, in a war, but I was sat in my living room shouting, bang, bang. And another one here. Um, I was when I did it. I think again I was in Sands, living in a flat in Sands with a previous girlfriend, and I seem to remember I was watching surgeons operate on me, but I was floating above my body watching, and I could see myself. I was all opened up, my whole stomach, chest, and they were operating on me, and that was a K-hole. That was all in my head. It wasn't really happening. Um, yeah, so that was a couple of stories there from like my ketamine days. Ketamine is, I actually believe I heard the other day that someone passed away from an overdose on it. God bless. A big shout out to the family. I'm sorry that this has happened. Um, Unfortunately, this is the problem with drugs. They do kill you. Um, it's people always go, "Oh, you can't die on ketamine. You can't die on this," and yeah, you can. It's all a matter of like just doing too much, and then your body just shutting down, isn't it? It's just overdosing. But yeah. So that was just a quick little story about some of the times I had on ketamine. I was addicted to it for about 4 years, roughly. I was on a lot. I'd say probably about 6 grams, maybe, a day. But it was very cheap. That's why a lot of people did it in this town. But yeah. So anyway, that's that for that story. I will be back with some more stories very soon. I just thought I would just get that one out there. But anyway, kids, don't do drugs. Stay away from drugs. If people offer you them, walk away. Say no. Just don't do them. Trust me. Yeah, biggest regret of my life, and I'm speaking for a lot of people in this town of High Wycombe. Yeah, just don't get involved. Like, stay clean, get a good job. Just yeah, enjoy your life, but just don't enjoy it in the wrong way. Anyway, people, peace, much love. Speak to you soon. Stay away from drugs.